Welcome to your next favorite van life YouTube channel. I am Jake. This is my van. This is Jake's van. I'm going to give you a tour of it. It's a 2010 Ford Transit Connect. I've been living in for 2 years. I built it myself, and I'm going to give you a tour while everything's completely cleaned out and emptied, and I'm going to put stuff back in and show you how I utilize the space. We'll start in the front of the van because there's not much to show here. The only thing I can really show that's part of the build up here is the switch here for the DC to DC charger to turn it on and off. While I'm driving, I can turn it on to start charging my house battery with my alternator. Coming to the passenger side of the van, this sliding door is basically shut off. It's never used. I keep 2 Jack-3 panels here. They fit perfectly, but I keep 2 inside the van, so I usually use just 2, and then when I need 4, I pull those out. If I wanted to, I could store something underneath the bench while the drawer's out, but I use the drawer so frequently, so it doesn't make sense. And I've also got these little cubbies, like foot spots, so I can put my foot here, get up to the roof, or I could keep stuff in here. I keep some tools and bottles and stuff underneath here. On the passenger side of the van, it's usually full with my air conditioner and my fridge and coats or something else. But if I have a passenger, I just throw it into the back of the van and I still have a passenger seat free. So this is my build. This is the back of it. It's mostly plywood construction. I've got 5mm on walls and ceilings. I've got 3/4 inch for the bench and cabinets and 1/2 inch mixed in there for the drawers and some shelves. So let's talk about the build, the components, and how I use it. I bought this van back in October of 2020, I believe. Worked on it for a few months through the winter and left February, like the first week of February. I started living in it full time since then for the last 2 years. I designed this with my dad, and he also helped me build it. I think the design is pretty practical for what I need. It is based off of this one guy's from California, David's van, is Handy Van Livin' on Instagram. He built a Transit Connect like this. I love the layout, so I tried to incorporate the functions of his layout into this one. I actually flipped the layout around though, because I like to lean my driver's seat back when I drive, and the bed was getting in the way, so I have the bed on the passenger side. I have all my cabinets and stuff on the driver's side. I don't have a lot going on back here. We've got this, which was going to be for water storage. I have a hole cut into the countertop here. This was going to be a faucet. I was going to have like a bowl or something I could use as a sink. Never ended up using this as a sink. I installed the faucet. It broke the first day, so I've just been storing tools and motor oil for oil changes in here because I do all my own oil changes. And then right here is where I store like all my kitchen stuff, my utensils. This was like my kitchen drawer. So I use this as like my countertop. And this is the storage underneath the bench. I use this for stuff I don't really access very often. So I throw all that stuff under here because it's a little awkward to pick up with the mattress on. I'll show you when I load this fan up. Behind the bench, we have these, which come out and lay right into this channel here and make this a twin size bed. So that's what we've got going on back here. And then you can also store stuff right behind those panels. I usually keep a fire extinguisher behind here. So this is me sitting inside the van. I have plenty of headroom, even with the mattress. I designed it so I can sit up like this. I have a pull-out table here, slides in. It's just a 3/4 inch piece of plywood that pulls out. And I can also use this in other spots around the van. So like if I pull this drawer out, I could use this over here, or I could use it on the other drawer over above the battery. Very nice, very practical. I do all my cooking and computer work right here. I have the roof vent right above me so I can vent out the smoke. All my cooking stuff I usually keep right here, pots, pans, burner, everything. And then right in this cubby is where I was going to have like a 12-volt fridge, but the fridge was just, it wasn't a good fridge. So I scrapped that idea, and I've just used this as like storage for batteries or other things. I'll show you how it's used once I load up the van. But this is my office, and when I'm not sleeping, this is usually what the van's like, just a couch. And I've got this over here, which I've used as my pantry lately. I used it as a closet for clothes, and now I just store food up here, and then toiletries right above. I'm going to quickly talk about the lights here. I have 3 puck lights in the ceiling. I've got 1 puck light underneath here for the countertop. I also have a 12-volt socket here, and I have a 12-volt socket here. That 12-volt socket was for the fridge, and that was my intention. I also hooked it up to a switch so I can turn it on and off. I don't use that anymore. I've got this reading light above me here. It's got a USB on it, so I plug in more LED lights or I charge stuff off of that. The roof vent, all of this is wired into a small lithium battery. It's about 40 amp hours. It's a used hospital battery. So talking about storage again, we've got these that come out. That makes the twin size bed, but I can also store stuff behind here, which I do. I've got this overhead storage I keep usually my bedding up here and like a tent and some solar panels up there. I've got this drawer that comes out, and this is where I've been keeping my clothes lately. And then also I'll show you this. This backrest has like a lock here, so it slides into here, locks this drawer open. This backrest slides down onto these wood blocks, and this wood block and creates a twin size bed. So I have a 4-inch mattress topper, a 2-inch firm, 2-inch memory foam mattress topper I've been using for the last 2 years. I personally don't know if it's very uncomfortable. I've been sleeping on hard surfaces for many years now, so I think it's comfortable. I don't know if anybody else would, but I like that. And also with the mattress topper in here, it comes up to right about here, so I can still open up this drawer here, access my kitchen utensils. I can still pull this table out and cook while I have it as a bed, which I've done often. This is the driver's side of the van, and this is the sliding door, the main entrance to my build. If I'm parked up for the night, I climb in through the front of the van. I never get out and just go through this door. But I'll show you, I've got this really long drawer that slides out like the entire length of this cabinet. And then underneath this is the battery box. So that has my DC to DC charger, my 40 amp hour lithium battery, I believe it's a Valence battery, and my fuse box. I've got 3 rocker switches here and my battery monitor. I've got the kitchen light, the overhead lights, and this was for the 12-volt socket for the fridge. I love these latches. They're just push-button latches. They come out and they latch on the inside, and they just tuck away flush. When I'm hanging out back here, I'm mostly like this. Sometimes I lay like this on the couch. I don't even bother putting out the bed. But when I want to put out the bed, it's not a lot of work. I just take these. You gotta kind of contort your body and move around a little bit. But just take these out, slide the drawer out, and then you got a twin size bed. If this makes it to YouTube, I hope you guys enjoyed it, because it took me 2 years to get around to making this van tour and finishing it. So that's my van build, and I hope you liked it. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, all the stuff that helps with YouTube growth. Subscribe. I'm going to be posting more Mercedes van build projects. I look forward to posting more on YouTube and sharing my life with you and the progress on the van.